Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Well, I was given a dish pan full of crab apples, so you know what time it is. It's time to make crab apple jelly. Now I was gifted an abundant amount of crab apples and will be fine for jelly. Now I was given a beautiful dish pan full of crab apples, and I had a couple of pears, green pears fall off my tree, so I thought we'd put them in there too. So we're going to bring these up to a boil, and then we're going to simmer them till they're soft. Okay, here is our big pot of crab apples. I'm going to get Howard over here to empty it into our mesh sieve. What I have here, wait dear, is a plastic mesh sieve with a pillowcase over it, and Papa's going to pour that in there.
It's still hot.
Well, be careful. There's an oven mitt behind you, eh? And let's hope we don't overflow the pot beneath. Oh no, okay, put it down quick. So, hold the camera here, dear. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull this pillowcase back around and let this sit and drip.
Squish it.
No, you don't squish it. Because what happens is the jelly's cloudy, and we like clear jelly. Now, this is what I got from all those beautiful crab apples. This is like 3/4 of a stock pot almost. But don't make the mistake of trying to boil it down with equal amounts of sugar from this volume. It will never set. You should never use more than 6 cups of juice to 6 cups of sugar. Or 4 cups. Well, let's do 6, just for because I got so much of it. 4, and look how thick that is already. Loaded with pectin. And 6. Now I'm heating up my juice, and I'm just going to drop this cinnamon stick in here, and I'm going to transfer it out of the juice into the next pot of juice every time I make some jelly. I have a whole bunch of lids here that have been washed and rinsed, and a bunch of rings over on the counter. In my pressure canner, now I'm not pressure canning these, but I like to use it as a boil bath canner because it has a nice flat bottom, and I can get a lot of jars in it. These jars have been in here, washed, rinsed, and are just simmering in this water. I can't help but think of my Uncle Joe, God rest his soul, when I make crab apples. He, when we lived in Apsley, and Arthur was a baby, and I had never made jelly in my life. And he came to visit us, and he brought me a little 6-quart basket of crab apples. And I looked at him and I said, I have no idea what to do with these. He just grinned at me. He said, you'll figure it out. So I got down the old cookbook I had, and it was pretty simple. Wash the fruit, boil it, strain it, mix equal amounts juice and sugar, no more than 6 cups each, and cook it till it sheets. Now I'm just heating this up. The cinnamon stick is still in there, but now I'm going to add 6 cups or 3/4 of this half-gallon jar of sugar. And I'm leaving the cinnamon stick in there just until I can smell it. Now if you want a spicy apple jelly, you go ahead and tie a broken up cinnamon stick and a couple of whole cloves and a couple of whole allspice in a little muslin bag and tie it shut and toss it in there. But don't leave the spices in, because as they sit in the pantry, they can grow bitter over time, depending on what you're cooking them in. That's why when we make chili sauce or jellies or anything like this, we always kind of just tie us. That's the whole purpose of a spice bag. A quarter teaspoon of butter, half teaspoon of butter there, just to stop this from foaming up. Okay, I got a hint of apple cinnamon there, so I'm just going to pull my stick out and pop it on that plate. And we are going to continue to bring this to a boil. And we are going to cook it until it sheets from a spoon, or the edge of this spoon. Well, we'll have to get a metal spoon. We'll switch over to the metal spoon now. That is a nice rolling boil. We are almost at the point where the droplets run together to form a sheet. Remember when I said the bubbles start looking thicker? This is what's starting to happen. So close to sheeting from the spoon. If I can get this on camera for you. That is sheeting. See how the droplets run together to make like a sheet? That means it's gelled. So we're going to turn this heat off right away, and we are going to continue to stir until it cools down a little bit. Not cools down, but... And I'm going to turn the water on under my canner to full blast now. Here's a jar from the canner. Continue to stir, folks, as you can. Right, where's my funnel? And we're going to fill these to 1/2 to 1 inch from the top. Look at this beautiful color. Can you see this? Look at this beautiful color. 1/2 to 1 inch from the top. I was going to use small jelly jars, and then I realized I've got so much. Might as well make it in pints. Always, always wipe your rims. You know what? Grip it with the jar gripper, guys. Wipe your rims with a clean damp paper towel. Put on a clean rinsed lid. On goes this. And we go from this, fingertip tight, and into the canner that goes. Again, always, always wipe your rims. Clean, fresh lid. And I'm going to pour what's left in here in a jar just for the fridge. And I'm going to go on to make my next batch. I have other jars in here for my next set, but these are going to cook in the boiling bath canner for 20 minutes. We'll be back when I've done all the jelly. You know what? I ran out of sugar. This is my second batch, and that's all I'm going to be able to do today because I ran out of sugar. So what I've done is I have filled these 2 half-gallon jars with this beautiful pink crabapple juice. And as soon as I go shopping next week, I will buy more sugar because this stuff is pure gold. I'll can that up as well. Okay, so there is 2, 4, 6 pints of jelly, 2 half pints, and of course the stuff that was in the bottom of the pot that we're going to eat right now with toast. All right, Daddy said we were actually out of bread, and I obviously am not in the mood to bake, but Daddy said, went to the store and came back with a loaf of bread and said, make me some toast and some of that jelly. Now this jelly is still hot, folks, so it's otherwise it would be really stiff, but this is still warm because I just got this out of the pot, but it's already gelling up. Is that good jelly for the belly?
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And I still have 16 cups of that juice in the fridge waiting on payday for me to get organic sugar. We are going to be rolling in the jelly this year. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying when someone gives you a dish pan of crab apples, now you know what to do. Take care. God bless.